Hey everyone, we're back for another episode of the Curi-YAAS podcast. Today's special guest is Marrissa, and I'm assuming spouse
Yes.
Stephanie.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. Um, so if I'd love for them to introduce themselves and just tell us a little bit about themselves.
Okay. Do you
Go
want to go
first.
first? I'll go first. Okay. So I'm Marissa, and from Colorado, and just came out July 10th was my egg cracking day, and I have been cross dressing for in the closet for I don't even know how long, too long. Um, but yeah, anyway, that's me.
That's very brief.
My name is Stephanie, and I am her wife. And we've been married for 16 years. And isn't she beautiful?
About you.
Very much so.
um,
Both of y'all are beautiful.
oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
You as well.
Thank you.
Let's see. Yeah, I'm a Colorado native as well. And we
Mm,
have a little boy. And so that's a new dynamic for
Yeah,
us.
yeah, he's 7.
He's 7. Actually, we had him 10 years after. We had 10 years together prior to having our son. So, yeah,
Yeah,
it's been quite the ride.
yeah. So
sounds great.
I'm
How,
50. I just
you're
turned
50?
50. Yeah. So
Okay.
Does not look it at
late,
all.
super late
I
bloomer.
I wouldn't have guessed it at all. I wouldn't guess like a day over, I don't know, 38.
Oh, I'll take it.
See?
I'm still there. Yes, I was lying. I'm 38.
Is that right?
This,
Am I right?
no, you're not. No,
Ah,
I'm
dang
actually
it, I thought I was
50.
right.
She really is 50.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a late bloomer. I know. Wish I could have come out long time ago. But yeah, you just I don't know, get scared to do it. I guess.
Was Stephanie the first person you came out to?
Yes.
When did you
Still
come out to
is.
her?
Yeah. July 10th.
Oh, yeah,
So
okay.
yeah.
This year?
Yeah, this year. Yeah. So
Not too long
month and
ago.
a half about. Yeah. I
How
started.
was that? How was that for you, Stephanie?
It was it was good because prior to her coming out, it's been kind of rocky a little bit the last several years. I think she's just been very unhappy, grouchy,
Mm,
um,
Bitchy.
and yeah, I guess we would
I,
call it
I
bitchy. Yeah,
I totally relate. I totally
yeah,
relate to that.
and one of my main concerns actually was, I mean, I could handle it, but I didn't want our son to grow up like that and be have that negative attitude and just be blah, blah, cynical and whatever.
Yeah.
The
And
crab, the
Yeah.
crabbiness.
yes, and so when she told me, I was just like, oh my goodness, what a relief. Like, yay, now we can be happy people. So yeah, that's something we've been all working on now, which is
to
awesome.
to give you a little backstory, so growing up in Colorado, I'm a Colorado native. I've been here my whole life, and grew up in very rural areas. I actually grew up a lot of years on a ranch and moved to a small town to go to school. And so you grow up in, Colorado kind of has two different cultures. You have your eastern slope and western slope, and your western slope is a little more rural, a little more cowboy, and the eastern slope is quite a bit more progressive, um, way more blue than the west slope. And so you grow up with those um, good old boy attitudes, your racism, your bigotry, your homophobia. It's yeah. So you grow up with that, and I always didn't like it, but I really kind of, embarrassingly now is, I was that person, in order to fit in, and didn't really
Hmm.
know that I was who I am. And you spend your whole life growing up like that, clear into my 20s and then 30s and then 40s. And so, the beginning of this year, I have just been so tired of that. So tired of that attitude. So tired of being cynical and so tired of being hateful and knowing in myself that I'm not really that person. It was just this facade that you put on, and you've got to act a certain way to be accepted. And just
It's like a survival technique.
absolutely, yes, yes. And you just get so tiring, and you get cynical. And I just didn't want to grow up to be some. Well, I am growing up, I guess, but I didn't want to continue growing up. I'll never grow up.
You're,
I promise.
you're not a day over
I
38.
never want to grow up. Fuck that. But didn't want to be this crabby old asshole, you know, be that guy. So the beginning of this year was was really good for me. I came up with a New Year's resolution that I was just going to start trying to dig in and educate myself and understand people better. And in that, um, and let me back up a little further. I've been closeted cross dressing and never admitting it to anybody, and hiding it and purging and hiding and purging and all that comes along with
For
it.
how long?
Probably a good 20 years.
Oh wow.
If you go back, if you count wearing women's underwear and things like that, that's clear back to when I was, my earliest memory of any of that was when I don't even remember how old I was. I'm so old now, I can't remember yesterday, but I was very young. I was probably 9, 10, 11, somewhere around in there, and kind of having those thoughts, not knowing what they were, wanting to
Mm-hmm.
wear women's clothes and things like that. So, and you stuff that down and you don't think about it, it comes back up and you do it again. But so anyway, that kind of a little bit of history there. So back to the beginning of this year, I decided that I didn't want to be that bigot anymore. I didn't want to be that homophobe anymore. I didn't like the way I was going, and especially our son. I didn't want to see him grow up like that. I don't want him to be that way. And he's 7, and he does exactly everything that I do, and it's scary, seeing him act like that. And he's 7. So beginning of the year, I decided I'm going to change that. I'm going to educate myself. I'm just going to do whatever it takes to change this. And so I started, I spent a lot of time on the road. And so podcasts and YouTube and just, anywhere you can find stuff, and it kind of started out with just the LGBTQ community, trying to educate myself and learn about them and really realizing that they're not so different than me. And in fact, that's who I am. And
Mm-hmm.
it took me till last month to really come to terms with that and to be able to admit that. And thanks to this podcast, I stumbled across it and just have been binging it. And finally, July came around. I just couldn't take it anymore. I was just like, I have to, it was, um, a particular podcast or episode that was just speaking to me, like, okay, I've got to do this. And we've been married for 16 years. And so I
Mm-hmm.
had all these fears of, oh my God, she's going to leave me and I'm not going to be able to see my son. And, all those fears that are not unfounded, but they are scary, and thank you.
It's in your
See,
eyes.
that's how I know she loves you, because she's fixing stuff on your face.
I could tell.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, honey.
But we've always had a super strong marriage, and just in the last few years, it's just kind of gotten rocky. And when we had our son, he really took front row seat with both of us. We
Mm-hmm.
kind of lost what we had, that first 10 years of us just, being stupid, madly in love and on a honeymoon for 10 years. And we kind of drifted, and we, kind of went down that road. And so anyway, that's kind of where things are at now, because knowing that we've been together that long, have that strong of a connection, I felt fairly safe in
Yeah.
telling her. Of course, I was scared to death, just like all of us are when you get ready to tell, and I just kind of blurted it out one morning. 'Cause
Especially when it's someone that's so like important to you
yeah,
and you care about so deeply.
yeah,
Mhm.
It
yeah,
just makes it that much harder.
yeah. Well, and
Um,
and that's why you hide it so much, is you don't want to give that up. You don't want to lose that, and it's just part of you that I've been stuffing this down for this long. Why can't I just continue doing it? But
mhm.
coming to the realization that I've got so much more to offer if I could stop being this bigot. And it's just been, um, you know, amazing this last month and a half, or yeah, month and a half. So
So you said in January that was when you decided to start like educating yourself more and I guess grow from that point on. I think that's so amazing that you've made so much progress in such a short amount of time. I mean, I know you may have had your 37 years before, but for such a short 6 7 months, that's great. That's I don't want to say crazy or insane, but it's
it is.
a little bit. At least to me, it
It
is because I
is.
know
Yeah, no,
for
it
me,
is.
it's taken me a long time, and I've been trying to deal with this stuff for a long time,
Yeah.
fairly actively. So that's great. I'm super happy for you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I won the lottery. I know that there's so many of us out there that don't have a good, outcome, that didn't go well. And that, that is, the biggest thing that scared me was that, losing, you know, the person that I love the most in my life. And, but, you know, I won the lottery with it. I mean, I should have bought a lottery ticket that day. So
There's still
I
time.
know I did buy one. It didn't pan out. It's bullshit.
Oh dang.
But
Well, you buy one and you win. Let me know.
I know. So
So you found this podcast. Were there any episodes that like really stuck out to you?
yeah, yeah. Steph and her wife. Um,
Gwen?
yeah, Gwen. Actually, I was skipping around on some of them, and I was listening to, I don't remember which one it was. Giselle was talking about somebody was having trouble with their wife, was in a wheelchair, had MS, I think, and he suggested that she watch that, um, or listen to that podcast. So I stopped. I finished that episode and went on to that episode with Gwen, because I was super interested to hear what she had to say. Listen to that, and then immediately went and listened to Steph's. Did I say Gwen? Did I mess it up? I listened to Gwen's. If I did mess it up, I
Yeah,
don't
you
remember.
listen to
I have the
Gwen
memory of a
first.
goldfish. Um,
What?
very short, like micro short. Um, anyhow, I listened to Gwen's first, and when immediately went back to Steph's and listened to those. And that was the day that I came home and, was just
Blown away.
blown away. Yeah, I mean,
You told me about it at dinner.
yeah, that was a breakfast, I
Mm.
thought.
Well, you came out that day when you were. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
See, we don't remember.
Yep. It was a Sunday, and that's when she was telling me about this podcast. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
Was that the first time you've mentioned the podcast
No,
to you?
no.
No.
She had mentioned it
Okay.
before, because she always comes home and tells me what she listens to and blows me away. I'm just like, wow, really? This is so unlike you. I'm just like,
It,
I'm like, there's so many little clues, little
so
hints here and there, but I'm really slow at stuff like that. So I didn't put two and two
uh,
together.
so when she came to you with this
Uh,
podcast without coming out
right.
before, that you didn't put anything together, be like, oh, that's interesting,
Well,
or
no, because when she did tell me about this podcast, that's when it pretty much just came out, and she's just like,
Oh, okay.
we were talking about it, and then she's like, "Yep, I don't even remember how you said it, but
I
it
don't
just kind
either.
of came out." And she, obviously was teary eyed and was looking at me like, "That's it. This is all that I have to offer." And I was like, "Oh, honey, seriously, I'm so sorry that you've been holding this in for your entire life." And so I just got up and gave her a hug, and we talked forever. And I was just like, "Well, I love you no matter what. So sorry you're stuck
Mm.
with me."
You're gonna make me cry.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well,
it was like that.
we spent the next, well, since we just have
Yeah.
been nonstop talking about everything and just
Mm.
revisiting everything. And, we found that connection again, and we're back to stronger than we have ever been.
Mm.
And it's allowed me the permission to stop being that macho asshole, for lack
Mm-hmm.
of better terms. Yeah, because yeah, I mean, I've done a quite good job of pushing that super masculine. All the work I've ever done, all the things I ever do are just ultra masculine. And I mean, from roughnecking on a drilling rig to
Painting cars.
yeah,
And
painting cars to just
everything.
yeah, everything.
Are you still doing that stuff?
I'm not. No, thank God. Yeah, so I'm a drone pilot now.
Okay.
But I've been doing that for about a year, so that's
Okay.
so much more fun and so much
How did you get into drone piloting?
Um, well, I got a drone for Christmas one year, and started flying it, and really just anytime I get into something, I just go completely in. Research, and just I have to have the best of everything, and stupid hair, except for the wig. Stupid hair.
I can't do wigs. I'm not a fan.
I have to. I'm so ugly.
Whatever. Shush.
No
I love
way.
it when she has it off too. Super hot. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was that reminded me last November, Steph and Gwen and Giselle and all of us, Mia and um I can't a bunch of people,
Ty.
Sierra and Lily. Ty wasn't there
Ty wouldn't.
unfortunately because
Oh,
she just
okay.
had a baby.
Uh,
But we all got together for Steph's 50th birthday, and I sort of convinced Steph to just like not wear a wig
really?
for like the big drag brunch, and it was awesome. It was really great. I was so happy that she made that leap of faith and that scary step.
Yeah.
We did that when we met and had brunch.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, you did a brunch too?
yeah,
Let's hear the
we did.
story.
That was so fun.
So immediately, so that was Sunday that I came out. We immediately start. So we live very rural right now, actually, and we're 26 miles from a small town. We live out in the sticks. Well, if there's
You
trees.
still out west?
So no, I'm on the eastern slope now.
Oh, okay,
We are.
okay.
So it's southwestern Colorado. So, or I'm sorry, southeastern Colorado. Anyway,
Okay.
God, this hair is just like in. There it is. I got it. Yay. So
So funny.
what was I talking about? See what I mean with my memory is awful.
We're going to talk about the brunch.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sunday came out Sunday. By the immediately we started looking for something to do together. We wanted to like I well let me back up just a little bit further. I kind of pulled the Steph thing where you show the picture. So do you want to see pictures of me? Because she had never seen me that way. So I showed her some pictures, and then I don't know, was it the same day? Same day. She
Wow.
wanted to see me dressed up, so
Yeah, it was fun. We had so much fun. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Oh,
I was,
please
Well,
explain.
and
Tell.
then after dinner too, because that whole day, we were just like, oh my gosh, I can't, it was just, my mind was blown, and we were just hanging out that's our family day, right? Sunday's our
Mm-hmm.
family day. We went geocaching, and then,
we're such nerds.
I know, after dinner, I was like, you know what? Because I think our son said something, like made a comment that was kind of something geared towards like
Oh yeah,
male female type stuff, right?
yeah,
Like
very
gender
very
comment
Hmm.
homophobic. Just
comment. Yeah.
no, not
Not
homophobic.
no.
What's the word?
Like
Show
sexist or
chauvinistic.
something,
There
or
Chauvinistic.
we go.
Yeah, yeah, there
oh,
it goes.
okay, okay.
Anyway, so I said, you know what? I go, we're gonna do something mom wants to do tonight, and everybody's gonna do it. And they both looked at me, and I went to the bathroom and I got all the nail polish out and I got it and put it on the counter. I said, we're all painting our fingernails and our toenails. And they just
Ooh,
looked
sounds
at
fun.
me. And so we did, and we did it as a family, and I love that.
It was
And
so
then
fun.
it was awesome because it was able to include, her and our son, and just do something that was, because with her just coming out in the morning, I knew she was just dying to do
Yeah,
something.
it was a very emotional
Hmm.
day. I was
Yeah.
crying.
But even
Couldn't
this
believe it.
this was the cool part too that I loved, was the very next day our son came to me and he's like, Mom, he goes, thank you so much for last night. I had so much fun. And I go, I know you
Oh.
did, honey. I said, he's been dying to put nail polish on for years, right? He used to want to put on my
Hmm.
makeup, but I'd be like, honey, don't do that. Your dad will freak out, And that, I mean, so that's how bad it was. So
What would you have freaked out back then?
I think so.
Probably, I probably would have. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, but because there
Maybe
was,
some like internalized jealousy or something.
yeah,
Like, oh,
maybe.
I want
Well,
that on my nails.
yeah, yeah, I do have some of that, but I know that it's, you know, I don't have to worry about it now.
No, that's great.
It's
That's
awesome
great.
now. Yeah,
Sounds like a great day.
It was. It
it
was
was.
a really great day
Do y'all still do anything like that?
We do. So, well, we haven't done anything like that
with
together.
him.
So there was a little bit of drama around it with our son with grandparents
Oh yeah.
Mm.
coming from where I came from, so it's understandable.
Well, and me
So
as well. But
yeah, well, both sides of our family are kind of that way. So, but yeah, but we've really focused on turning it away from trying to not be so gendered with everything, and so like girls do this and boys do that. That's just bullshit. You know, and we got to get it done now. Because I don't want him growing up like me. So, in
Hmm.
fact, I do want him to grow up like me now. But whatever makes him happy is what he needs to do. So,
yeah.
I mean,
Hmm. Hmm.
you don't have to be a crossdresser, but but yeah, just the more emotional, the more caring side of it that is what I'm really wanting him to pick up on now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he has just in the
Mm-hmm.
last month. It's immensely
Changed.
changed and quickly changed. So, yeah, we went from that day. Then we started looking for things to do, and Denver's about 3 hours away from us. So we decided to go to um, a pop up um, club.
Oh,
It's called the Made Up Club, and oh my god,
fun.
it was so much fun.
We had a blast. It was fun.
Yeah, so
Now I want to go.
you know,
I don't even know anything about it, but
it's
I want to go.
amazing. Yeah, it was
Well,
so much
come.
fun.
I don't
Like,
know where you live, but you're more than welcome. We could all go.
I'm in
yes,
California.
yeah,
I'm around LA.
yeah, come
Yeah.
in,
I've definitely been to Colorado a few times.
yeah,
I would always drive there from Texas. Long, long drive,
yeah,
Yes.
but it was fun. I would always go to Black Hawk.
yeah. Close
Not
to us,
far. Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
close.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, so the Made Up Club is a pop up transgender club, um, and you gotta buy tickets, and they don't announce where it's at until the night of it, and it goes from what 10 o'clock? No, 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock
9 o'clock
until.
until 4 in the morning.
Oh
Well, yeah,
wow.
that's a special ticket to do that part.
Of course,
But
we bought that
of
ticket.
course, yeah. But I mean, we just wanted to experience whatever it had to offer and see what it was like. But it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it
But
was.
we did be prior to that. We went shopping,
Oh
a
my
lot
god,
of
yeah,
Mm,
shopping,
like nuts. Yeah,
mm.
I've always liked shopping. I've always loved
and
shopping,
I'm completely
and
opposite, which is
yeah,
so funny. We are like opposite like
yeah, complete. Yeah, not anymore. You
What
like?
did you What did you shop? Where did you shop and what did you shop
Oh my
for?
god. So before I came out of the closet, I was shopping um, pretty much for the same stuff, just dresses and shoes and whatever I
Borrowing
struck my
things.
fancy. But but yeah, um, everything. Yeah, I just love to shop. I love to buy shit. So,
Where do you love to shop?
oh God, Target, Amazon. Yeah, that one's been a lot easier lately. I don't have to have like a secret place I have stuff shipped to anymore. So.
Can I tell you a funny story about that?
Yes,
So,
please.
prior to her coming out, she used to, dress in the truck, right? When she was
Mm-hmm.
driving. And I had, so after she told me, she's like, "Oh, good, I can bring all my stuff in." I was like, "Oh, cool, yeah, do." And but this was the hilarious part.
five
Okay,
five trips later.
she comes in and
Oh,
she has this
oh my
huge
gosh.
black trash bag with her, huge. And I'm like, "Oh my God, where did you have that?" And she started laughing. She goes, "Honey, this came out of your Jeep." And she's like, "This was
Oh,
yours."
dang.
Because I was like, "Where did you have all that stuff hiding?" I mean, like, seriously, I had no idea.
Those weren't all my clothes. So
No, they were mine.
they were clothes that she had in her Jeep, and I brought them all in. She was getting ready to get rid of them,
Mm.
Oh yeah, I was gonna
and
get rid of
she's
them.
going to take them to Goodwill or something. And I knew they were in there, and so when I brought in all my stuff, I was like, "This isn't going anywhere until I get to go through it." So
But it
Smart,
scared me.
smart.
I'm like, "Where did you hide all that?" I was like
yeah,
so blown away. It was
yeah.
funny.
I would be completely shocked, like, oh my gosh.
Sorry,
Uh,
disappeared for a second.
so oh, it's fine. So you hit all your stuff in your truck?
Yeah, yeah. It was. Yeah, I had to be real creative. I have an extended cab, but it's like, yeah, I was quite creative with stuffing and putting things under seats, and yeah, just
With just like a piece here, a piece there,
yeah,
a
yeah. And I was
bra under the flap
yeah, and
thing.
I always just lived in complete fear of her driving my truck and getting a flat tire because it was over. If she had to find
Uh-oh.
look for the jack, it was gonna just be
Over.
underwear and bras and
Uh-oh.
wigs and kids. And,
How do you think you would react if you would have found all that stuff back then?
Well, I probably would have been way better than, finding one piece. Like if I would have found like
Mm-hmm.
a
all of
pair
it.
of undies or something like that or
Mm-hmm.
panties, I'd
Mm-hmm.
been like, "Oh my God, it's
Mm-hmm.
cheating on me." Because she knows that's like my worst fear ever because that's happened before. So it's
I'm
then,
sorry.
yeah, thanks. But yeah, it's that part I was like, but here's another funny story. I have a really cute hat and I wear it all the time. And I could have sworn I brought it into the house after I wore it. Our son was staying the night at Grandma and Grandpa's, and I remember bringing it in, and then I couldn't find it, and I was going nuts looking for it. Like, looked literally for 30 minutes for this hat. And then when our son came back from staying the night, he's like, "Oh, Mom, here it is." And he found it. And I was like, "Oh, cool. It was behind the dresser. That's a weird place. How did it get there?" So then when she comes out, she's like, "So yeah, that was me. The hat was me." I'm like, "What?"
It's an awesome hat. I love it.
It's so cute. I said, "Well, you can
Oh,
borrow
dang.
it, but you can't have it."
Yeah, yeah.
Trying to hide it all for yourself.
Well, this is
Yes.
so funny. These are our texts now. "Can I borrow your earrings?" "Sure." "Can I borrow your lip gloss?"
Are your ears pierced?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I've always had
Jealous.
them pierced.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I went through a stage where I was, I don't know. I want to say skater, but it wasn't really skater. It was more like, I don't know. I had
Punk.
like my hair was shaved on the sides and it was just long on top and it was bleached and I had 4 piercings and yeah. So I've always had those and I've always kept them open
Hmm.
and it's convenient.
Well, I am officially jealous
You
You
don't
don't
have
have your
because I
ears
can't.
pierced?
I don't have mine pierced, and I can't pierce them
How
for work.
come? Oh, for work.
They, yeah, they. It's the dress code there is ridiculous. It
um,
causes me a lot of distress, actually.
Oh, you need a new job.
how can they? That don't seem right.
Uh,
Doesn't
it's funny because the employee book's like you should everyone can express themselves and be themselves
Mhm.
except outwardly facing employees. And then it's
Uh,
like you can technically I'm not supposed to have long hair. I'm supposed to have short hair, but I would
wow.
quit before cutting my hair. Screw that.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I'm not supposed to have earrings. I'm not supposed to have anything on my nails. I'm not supposed to wear
Oh
jewelry.
wow.
They claim it as like safety,
You can't. So,
but it's
okay. So
bogus.
that's, I've gone through that. I've been through that stuff with working in the oil field, wedding rings, things like that. They had to switch over to where you had to wear a rubber wedding ring because it's a wedding.
You had to wear rubber.
Yeah, you have to wear a condom. It's really tiny and stretchy, but you gotta protect your finger. Um,
I,
but
like I get rings and stuff like that. I get it
but
because I
but
mean,
an earring, an ear,
but like earrings or like longer hair. Like when I first started my current job, it was just about a year ago. Um, it was probably this year or this day a year ago, or very close. And my boss came up to me. I'm doing like the computer training stuff, and he's like, "Oh, I need you to come talk to me in the conference room." And I'm like, "Okay, sure." And he's like, "Oh, it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad." I'm like, "Okay, whatever. I just started here. What can be bad about it?" And immediately he's like, "Well, you need to cut your hair because it needs to be shorter and blah 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 blah." And it was, it was a little shorter than it is now, but I would always like slick it back for work. And I offered him like, "Well, what about, can I wear it under a hat or just put it in a ponytail or whatever?" Their thought is like, "Oh, your hair's gonna get caught in a drill or something." I guess never happened yet. Still not because I know what I'm doing. Um, but like immediately after he denied my hat idea or hat request, he's like, "No, you're gonna have to get it cut by next week." And next week I was flying back to Texas for my mom's funeral, and it was I just started this job. I haven't had a paycheck yet. I just moved to California, so I didn't have any money, especially money for a haircut. Something I didn't even want to do. So like I was like, I got to get out of here, and I immediately started like looking for other jobs. Still haven't found one, unfortunately, but the next day on the way in, he's like, "Oh, I talked." This is how he talks, by the way. "Oh, I talked to HR, and they said that they're dealing with something like this in Phoenix. You don't have to worry about your hair. Just like keep it in a behind, tucked away in the back." And
huh.
so anyway, it's I've Candy at Candy Con, if shout out, has mentioned or said that my work uniform is like a refrigerator repairman.
I heard that
So,
today when I was listening to you were talking about it today. But yeah, that's so. Is it a like a onesie
oh no,
overalls
it's
or
like I have to wear like they're like dark blue Dickies pants are really big. They're like really balloon, almost like Jinkos.
yeah?
And then a button up like tan shirt. It's so freaking hot in the desert. It's
Yeah,
dumb. It's so dumb.
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. It's bad. It affects me a lot more than it probably should.
yeah. So you're looking for work. Yeah,
I need to get away. I need to get away from this stuff. I've been doing this stuff for like 16 years,
yeah. Oh
so
yeah, it's time. It's time.
almost half my life.
Yeah, it's time.
I don't want to be doing this stuff for half of my life. That's too long for something that I don't like doing and brings me so much
Yeah.
distress and
Yeah.
What are you afraid of?
yeah, of leaving.
Yeah,
Um, so for me, it's difficult because I'm by myself. I don't have a spouse or significant other. I don't have any parents. I don't really have any family that I can like fall back on. I'm really alone in this. So I guess to go from having no income to possibly I'm sorry, from having some income to possibly no income is really scary to me.
yeah,
Um, as far as like trying new things or doing something else, I'm not afraid of that at all. I want to do something else. I I know I'm smart enough. I know I'm. People seem to like me, so I think I'm likable enough.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I know right where you're at.
I think it's a financial fear. I think it's
Yeah,
the main fear.
absolutely. I spent a long time in one industry and then moved to a new industry, and just that transition in that industry was scary to do, but it was for better money. So then I transitioned out of that industry, so the oil field. I got out of the oil field into flying drones. Now, flying drones is a lot of fun, but it's like the money's not as good as the oil field.
Hmm.
So, I know what you're saying about going from one to another is, the financial side of it is scary, but it's like also, where are you going to be in 20 years if you don't do it now, you know?
It's funny you say that because I was asked that earlier today.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Where Where are you going to be in 20 years? I don't know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't want to be doing what I'm doing
Yeah.
because I don't probably won't be here. I'm not saying I'll kill myself. Just
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I hear you
It's
for sure.
hard. It's so physically hard. It's getting physically more and more difficult every day.
Yeah. Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah. I mean, I can't even imagine. So,
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely some fears there, and like because I just started hormones like in June, and like from day one, first pill, which is not even a whole pill, it's like half a pill, so like 1 milligram I think of the estradiol, like immediately or almost immediately, like brain fog lifted, and I was more hopeful for the future and like looking forward to whatever the future brings, whatever that is. Which is like for me has never been there because I've always lived my life just very day by day, and not in a good way.
yeah.
Like some things you have to live day by day, but it was not good. But I mean, taking the pills have been good,
Yeah.
getting me think about like future stuff more.
Yeah. That's
That's
good.
good.
Yeah. That is really good. Get to be who you want to be.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Trying to get there.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
36. So young.
I'm only 2 years younger than you.
Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. I forgot.
You're the goldfish. You're the age of a goldfish.
Age of a goldfish. Oh, no. I'm going to be dead in a week.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
Goldfish live a long time. My grandma had a goldfish for like, oh my gosh, that thing lived forever. It was probably like, she had it when I was a little kid, and then she had it up until she moved away. So, I mean, the thing was at least like 10 years old.
No way. A goldfish? 10 years old?
Yeah, yeah. And that was like a goldfish that my sister won at some county fair or
Some
something.
freak of nature there. Wow. I didn't.
Mm hmm.
Yeah.
Mm hmm.
Wow.
That's funny.
I never had any live that long.
Yeah, it was nuts. I don't know what happened to it. I'm sure she got
Flushed
rid
it.
of it, or I don't know.
Flushed it.
Whatever you do with the
Maybe.
goldfish when you move,
Well, you eat them. Yeah. Just flay them up and
you
eat
eat
them.
them. You just deep fry it up,
Yeah.
and not me though. I don't like fish.
No,
Not
I'm
a.
not a fish guy.
I'm not a seafood person. Just not my thing.
Yeah, we are. We love seafood. And you're out where the food's good, where the seafood's good.
Even when I was back home, I was near where the seafood is supposedly good because I lived by the Gulf. I used to live.
College.
I lived in a small city called College Station, but I also owned a house around Houston. Houston's like right by the Gulf.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's always been a fairly fresh supply of like shrimp and whatever.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, whatever they catch in the Gulf. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Not really my thing.
Yep. Oh, yeah. I spent time down there in Louisiana and Texas and offshore in the Gulf, and the food is just, yeah. I gained 40 pounds in a short amount of
I
time out there. So
I totally believe it because since moving here, I've lost like 40 pounds.
Yeah, that's good.
You need to eat
Yeah.
more.
I probably should. There's a severe lack of brisket, chicken fried steak, and
That's awful.
I don't know, Whataburger. I like Whataburger.
Yeah.
I'll enrage some people.
I think they're really
Whataburger is
good.
better than In-N-Out. Sorry, it just is. They have breakfast.
We have breakfast.
How funny.
It's like you haven't lived until you've been out all night drinking, and you go to a Whataburger at 3 or 4 in the morning, and you get a honey butter chicken biscuit or some taquitos, or I always like the breakfast on a bun or the Bob. So good. You get the Bob. This is a pro tip. You get the Bob with sausage, and you get fajita veggies on it. So good.
Okay.
So good.
Now you're making me hungry.
Sorry, I could talk Whataburger all day.
Yeah.
I won't, but I could.
That's fun. Yeah.
So earlier you mentioned that you did a bunch of purging and stuff.
Oh yeah.
How was that experience for you? Because I know for me it was like always like several month long process. Like I would drive around like trying to find the perfect hidden trash can that no one would ever find me or find my stuff and put two and two together. Like thinking now it's just insane.
It is.
But it was a very huge emotional thing for me, like very emotionally draining.
Yeah.
How was that for you?
It was awful. You spend all this time accumulating like things that you want, and then your truck gets full and you got to make room, so you're kind of going through like
No, you see, you messed up. You should have just got a bigger truck.
I know. I need a van. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need a van.
Honey, we need a cargo van.
Why do you have
or
a new trailer?
I think we need to get a bus.
It's my bra bus. It's a big one. It's got a lot of bras. It's a new bra for my truck. Yeah.
Just bras tucked under every little seat.
Every seat, yeah. Yeah, no, it was just, like what you just said, you got to get rid of this stuff. You don't have room for it, and you're ashamed and all this other stuff. And then you end up driving around and planning, okay, I got to throw this away here or donate this here, whatever. We don't have very many places to donate, so it's usually some dumpster or not even a dumpster, a trash can at a convenience store. So you're putting pieces here and pieces there, and hopefully no clerk gets bright idea to go through the trash and then call the sheriff because there's women's clothes in this, and then pretty soon they're running a DNA test on it to see whose clothes there. It's just stupid.
It's crazy. I keep dropping off panties at every 7-Eleven.
Underwear at
7-Eleven killer.
Get the cops. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna get caught. Yeah, so it's just that dumb thinking like that. But yeah, then you're okay for a little while, and you don't. You push it down, and then pretty soon you're wanting to do it again. It's kind of this vicious cycle that just keeps on going and going. And yeah,
How does that make you feel, Stephanie? Like just hearing about like the experience of driving around and dealing with all that shame and throwing away a part of Marrissa.
That makes me sad, for one, because, well, that she had to hide it.
Shit costs money.
Well, and that's the other thing. I never throw anything away. I always donate and give it away.
Throw the trash away.
Shush. But yeah, so yeah, I'm like, oh, don't throw that away. I'll just give it away, honey. Don't throw that. No, I don't. I'm all about like the landfills are just too much right now. So, but yeah, it just makes me sad that that she did that.
Would you call me? Just kidding.
She just forgot the S.
Still working on the pronouns.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. You may have said this earlier, but I maybe I don't remember. Do you consider yourself a crossdresser or trans?
Well,
or a combination of both, or
yeah, I kind of
like what do you consider yourself?
A trisexual. I'll try anything once. I don't know. It's like
Ooh, do tell, do tell. What's the weirdest thing you tried?
what's the weirdest thing I've tried?
Or maybe not. I don't want to
I
say
don't think
weird
we
because I don't
want to
want. I
talk
don't want to
about
offend anybody.
that.
What was that? I didn't catch that.
Well, I don't want to say like weird because nothing's
Yeah,
really weird.
yeah. Yeah, so I don't know, probably just
If I, so I'm sorry, I hate to interrupt, but if I was Giselle, I would say, "Did you take it in the butt?"
not yet. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. What do you consider taking it in? But I don't use bananas or Ziploc bags or.
So I don't use Ziploc bags anymore. It doesn't really work anymore.
Oh, okay.
So
It was a great idea though. So I don't think Stephanie's wise with that one yet, but that was
I'm
oh my god.
always really behind on everything.
Yeah, that was on the Patreon,
you
and I
you haven't
laughed.
listened to the Patreon? Oh my gosh,
Oh,
we're gonna start the Patreon again so that everyone else can hear about banana handles and Ziploc bags and
you guys, you girls had me. I literally had to pull over. I was laughing so hard, like, oh my god. Like I said, I almost peed myself. It was hilarious. But yeah, anyway. Um, so yeah, like back to sticking things up your butt. Um,
what's the weirdest thing you stuck up your butt?
the weirdest thing wasn't a doorknob.
That's not
Uh,
weird. Everyone does that.
yeah, I know that's nothing. That's nothing at all. Probably the weird. What is the weirdest thing? I don't know. You wouldn't know.
Oh, yeah, I would. Don't look at me.
I was wondering why you're. I
I
was
don't need
wondering why
the
you're
answer,
asking
honey.
her,
Go ahead. This,
unless she
you're
was
on
like
your
doing
own
the
with this
shoving. I
one.
don't know.
I don't know. Probably like a brush handle. Like a.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
normal.
I know it's nothing big.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, definitely was a big deal. But
Big deal.
The travel brush.
the travel brush. No, it was
It's a foldable.
it's probably the like I don't know, probably like maybe that long. I don't know. I don't remember.
Is that
Yeah,
is about somewhere between
between here and
here.
there.
And if you're listeing, I'm putting my fingers fairly close to each other and moving them back away really
He's
Oh,
very
far
good at
several times.
exaggerating too. So
I forget. Yeah, I forgot we're on video. So yeah. Oh no, I don't know. Just trying to, the whole homophobic, the whole side of that. You never tell anybody. You don't ever want to admit to any of that. So kind of like, yeah, after listening to the Curi-YAAS, you kind of get used to hearing that stuff. But
So I don't tend to bring that stuff up. Um, I like to. I'm cool talking about whatever. I just don't typically bring it up.
yeah,
It's definitely a Giselle thing to bring up.
I think it's hilarious. I love it. Yeah. So just trying to kind of going back to um, what I consider myself, under the trans umbrella, obviously, cross dresser. I don't have any desire to be full time female. As much fun as it is, as much as I love it, I do like being a guy. There's a lot of benefits to being a guy. That I don't.
For sure.
I'm ready to give up. I'm gonna have my cake and eat it too. So that's
For sure.
that's
There's definitely that like male privilege.
yeah.
Just I think it was today or yesterday. Tommy was talking on the Discord. Shout out to the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, you should join the Discord. You
Discord.
can find it on the Curi-YAAS podcast
Yes.
website or on Instagram. Sorry, I just had to do my little commercial break.
Love it.
Tommy was mentioning something about how people don't listen to her anymore at work, and she's like higher up, like she's the boss, and people go to like the other guys. They're like, "Hey, where's the guy I want to talk to?" And she's like, not a guy, but right here."
Yeah, it's interesting. It is an interesting dynamic. We've gone out a few times, and it's it's been really enlightening to me to see how people um, treat women differently. You know, until you turn around, you look like a man, and then they really treat you differently. But
You just show them the fist and just get away from me.
yeah, I haven't had anybody challenge me. So I mean,
Are you really tall or
I
short?
When she wears heels, yes.
Yeah, I got
How
4 inch
tall are you in
four inch
heels?
platforms with 4 inch heels.
Super tall.
I don't know, probably like
6'4".
Somewhere between here,
so
and
like
here.
flat footed, no shoes on. I'm
That's
5'11", maybe. I used to be 6 foot, but I'm old now, so I'm shrinking, which is kind of good
Mm,
because I can wear
you get the
taller
old
heels.
the
Yeah,
hunch.
yeah.
No,
With my
don't hunch. It's bad
with
for your
my walker,
posture.
I can really wear some tall heels, so it's a lot easier
You
too.
should put some you should put some heels on your walker.
Instead of tennis balls, I'm gonna have some platform
Mm-hmm.
heels.
that
Yeah,
would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do some
So you're
modifications.
with you said 4 inch heels. You're about 6'4".
Yeah,
Oh, you're short. You're short.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know, when I put them on the first time, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna get a nosebleed." Um, then we went to that.
Especially up there in
No,
Colorado.
yeah, we're start out at 9,000 feet. Yeah, you put heels on, nosebleeds.
You get one of those cans of air you get at the gas station.
Need an oxygen bar.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, so when we went to the Made Up Club, um, I was very, I don't know, conscious of how tall I was with heels on. And when we walked in there, everybody's wearing, platforms and,
Mm-hmm.
6'3", 4, 5,
And they're
just
super tall.
super tall. And there's some of them even taller than that. So it was just great because I didn't feel like so big, it really was amazing to be around that. So yeah, loved it.
I would. I'm just imagining if I went and I was wearing heels or whatever, I would be. I would still see over the crowd because I'm 6'4",
Oh wow.
flat footed. I typically wear sandals and stuff. LA,
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
but
Where does she get? Where do you
What
get
size
them?
shoe do you wear?
anywhere between an 11 and a 13
So that's what I wear. I
for
wear
women's.
Yeah,
Women's.
yeah.
Okay,
Well,
where
so
do you
that's
find your shoes? Where do you buy them?
So I haven't bought any shoes in a while. But the last time I bought shoes, I bought them on. I bought them online at Marissa's. I've also bought shoes on a website called Shoe Show.
Okay.
Shoe Show is really good. They have a lot of selection.
Okay.
They have like an extended sizes space, and their shoes are pretty inexpensive. You can
Nice.
get shoes there for like 20-30 bucks.
Oh, good.
Like decent shoes.
Nice. Right.
Yeah, I highly recommend them. Shout out Shoe Show if
Yes,
you want to
please.
sponsor. That'd be cool too.
Yeah. Yep.
We're always looking at shoes, and I'm looking too, and they're just so hard
Yeah.
to find.
Yep. That's one thing that's really been a lot of fun is I get a text message with, a picture of a dress and or, you know, surprise, I got a surprise for you when you get home and it's a dress or, something like that. It's just like it's just amazing. The support is just
Sounds very
so
blissful.
amazing.
Last week, I'm like, "What size bra do you wear, honey?"
Did you have to bust out the tape measure and
I'm like, I think
or do you know
I'm like
what's your bra
I'm
size?
like a 40. That's what I thought was a 40, and I'm like putting it on, and I was
It's
like,
too small.
yeah, this is gonna hurt somebody if
Mm.
it comes off. So, um, yeah,
Yeah,
so
pop some eyes
probably
out.
yeah, it's gonna definitely rip a shirt, but probably I don't know. I need to get
We
sized,
do need to
but
measure,
yeah, it's just you know that's I love wearing them. So even if
But
they're
I
too
found the
small,
prettiest pink bra.
I know. I'm used to
Mm.
wear it now.
It's too
But
big for me. I can't wear it.
my son will wear it for a hat. He likes that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he
There you
does
go.
that. She does that sometimes. Puts it on her head. This is what it's for.
Yeah, funny.
Cool. So when you buy Marissa a surprise dress or bra or whatever, do you like model it or like
Oh yeah,
how does that work?
Right
yeah.
away.
Take pictures and
Immediately, yes. Yeah, I can't wait to get home and try it
as soon
on.
as you get
So
the text, you jump on the truck
yeah,
and
I'm
start
home.
hauling ass home.
Yeah, I got a new dress. for sure. Yeah.
Do you tell people at work like, oh, I gotta go eat dinner,
Yeah.
or are
I
you out at work, or
yeah, I gotta go take care of some business at home. Yeah. Gotta go try on a dress.
So
just
this
try
is
it out, see
funny.
what happens?
I bought like a makeup bag and it's really cute. And she immediately thought it was hers. And she's like, "Oh, is this for me?"
Yeah,
Mm.
it was
And it's
hers.
really nice. And I go, "Yeah, it's yours. But it's kind of
Mm.
small. I think your hands are too big.
And they
It
were.
might not fit." She's like, "You didn't buy that for me, did you?" I'm like, "Not really." She's like, "Okay, fine. Here you go."
Yeah.
is that with everything you buy for yourself now?
She buys the
Marissa's like,
smallest.
I think that's mine.
I'm
Yeah.
like, I'll be like, "Honey, if you put that on and it stretches, you're in trouble."
It's yours. It's
All the
yours
time.
now.
Yeah, it's mine now.
It was so funny because I thought I was literally losing my mind. There's a couple dresses that were some of my favorites that
Before
just
I came out.
disappeared. Yeah, I'm like, did I give
Oh, they
them away?
disappeared.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Did they end up in the truck?
Oh yeah.
they were in
Yeah,
the truck.
for sure.
So then when,
Yeah, and
when
some of them reappeared.
yeah, they
after,
reappeared. I'm
so.
like, that's where it went. I thought I.
It's a miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I found your dress in my truck.
I'm like, I wondered where that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're yours now.
Yep. Yeah. If I
Mm.
can get in it, it's mine.
Have you ever been like? Because I know I've had this happen to me. Have you ever been like stuck in a dress? And
Yeah.
then maybe Stephanie comes home and you're like, I can't get it off. You ever had that happen?
Tommy Boy it. Yeah. Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. Just about all of the ones I first started buying were always just like, oh, this looks so cute. And you get home, you're like, I can't get my arm in this thing. What the hell was I thinking?
Mm. You
Yeah.
get like the one arm and the head stuck in there, and you're like, I can't get out.
What the hell? Yeah. And if you're wearing a wig
How,
and makeup, it's even worse. You're like, I don't want to mess up my hair.
mm,
Yeah. It's a real.
see, it's where you messed up. You got to put that stuff on first, and then do your makeup and hair.
Yeah. Well,
That way, if
I've
this is
started.
a pro tip for anybody who's hiding in the closet still, uh, get dressed first and then do your makeup and your hair. That way, if the people come home, it's easier to take off the clothes than all the makeup and the hair and the clothes that you're stuck in.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. I didn't do it too much at home unless I knew that she was going to be gone overnight at least. And then FaceTime. Oh my God. I hate FaceTime for that because it's like, oh crap, she's going to call and some chick's going to answer. So
Did that ever happen?
no.
I'd get a text. I'm
You
in
have to,
the
like,
bathroom.
I'll be right out. Can't talk to you. I'm in the bathroom.
You finally get the FaceTime and your face is like really red from like all the scrubbing and all the new skin. Like, oh, I just exfoliated. I just did a new face wash.
You're like, honey, did you get sunburned today? What happened? Where were you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Awful. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, a lot of hiding was going on. You know, if I was out of town or something, I'd be at a hotel somewhere, and I'd make my goodnight call home, and then it was time to get dressed. I get all dressed up, makeup and everything else on, and take a bunch of pictures, and then take it all off right away. It sucked. Hated that.
Mm.
Hated that.
How what are the oldest pictures you have?
Pretty good about purging them and deleting them. So they're probably only
Since January?
maybe.
I mean, I don't know when your last purge was.
You had some of those.
I went to Oklahoma. When was that? Maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe 6 months old. So, yeah.
So around January-ish, February?
Oh, well, 6 months prior to that. So it's.
Oh, okay.
God.
So like
No,
June, July.
It was this year. It was this year.
It was this year?
Mhm.
Yeah, it was this year. Yeah. So, yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Time's flying. Huh?
Well,
No,
yeah, we'll have to find y'all's favorite picture of yourself for me to post on the Instagram and stuff.
Sure.
Okay.
I'd like both of you in there. I think that'd be great.
Okay. I think, we just took one a second ago. So.
Cute. Yeah, we'll get in there.
I threw it on the runway, or not the runway. Is it the runway? The vanity?
Yeah, I think
I
so.
couldn't tell the difference between the vanity and the runway for a minute. I was posting all the vanity or posting pictures on the vanity and on Discord, and I got corrected and told where to put them. So
Oh yeah. So on the Curi-YAAS confidential Discord chatting server, where can you find that
you can find it
that
on
Curi-YAAS
Instagram.
confidential
That's right. You can find it on the Curi-YAAS
podcast.com?
podcast.com, Instagram, or you could ask for on. This is where I got it. Was from Giselle asked where to get. No, that was Patreon. I was already on Discord. Sorry, fish.
Well, if anybody wants to find the Curi-YAAS confidential, you can find it on the Curi-YAASpodcast.com website. You can find me on Instagram at BillieRain4 or on Discord at Billie. I have to remember my own name.
Billie
Uh,
Rain. Is it
Billie BILLIE
pound
pound
69?
69
There you go.
24.
Yeah.
And I will be more than willing and more than happy to bring you into our community.
Nice. Yes.
Thank you
Amazing.
so much.
Yeah. Community is so important. It's so important to have community. Just people out there, just knowing that there's people out there that think like we do, that feel like we do, that
Mm-hmm.
are normal people. They're just normal people. And there's nothing wrong with us. And that's just so nice to know that that's
Mm-hmm.
there.
And the
For
support
sure.
groups for
Support.
you too,
Yes.
like for spouses. And
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Please, any spouse that wants to join, please join us. We have a brand new significant other support channel we just
yeah,
added in.
I love that. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, of course. We'd love to get more people in there because it's like I feel like for myself, I can't really speak a whole lot in there, because I'm not really the significant other, and I'm usually on the other side of the page, like, oh, you should be yourself and be open and honest and blah 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 blah, which I know doesn't really work in every case.
Yeah.
I've been on that side of things, like because my ex-wife came out to me and I was in the closet about myself and super denial. So I mean, I've definitely been on that side of the coming out, and for me it was devastating. I can really only imagine how it feels for the spouses, and I feel so much.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that we realize that too, that how, you know, we can sympathize with it, but we can't empathize with it because we don't know. Except for you can, you understand it. But for me, I can't empathize with it because it's not me. But I can sympathize with how it feels to, we have our whole life to come to terms and to build the
Mm-hmm.
courage and the, to be able to say something about it, and to expect our spouses to be like, oh, nice, like no big deal, let's go for it. For that to happen is asking a lot. you know
Yeah,
um,
it seems like you got that. You got pretty damn
I
lucky.
did. I did, and I won't put that
Kudos,
down at
kudos,
all. No, I
Stephanie.
just,
Kudos.
yeah.
You deserve a pat on the back and
Oh,
a big hug. Oh, they're gonna make me cry. They're hugging.
I love this one.
Yeah. I know that
Oh.
there's a lot of talk, with a lot of the episodes about coming out right away and letting them know right away, and I understand that thinking, and I understand that there's an advantage to that. You don't waste somebody's time, you don't waste your own time, and you're not hiding anything, and you're not keeping secrets and lying and all that. And I understand that, and I agree with that side of it. But there's also a lot to be said for um, coming out when you're ready, and
Mm-hmm.
when it's time, and when you've got what is going to be good support. You never know
Mm-hmm.
100%, but you know you kind of know. I couldn't have come out and said anything had I not known how much we mean to each other, and how much we need each other, and also to for us to be. I can offer so much more being this way. than I could before. And I can be a better person this way, and I can be myself. And I couldn't be myself before until I was ready. And
You you couldn't be like a full version of yourself.
right, exactly.
You were holding back.
Yep.
Yep. Constantly hiding, and yeah. I grew up,
It's hard.
pretty sensitive when I was a kid, and I got razzed about it a lot. I was kind of a mama's boy, and I got a lot of I had older brothers and sisters too, but yeah, I was considered a real mama's boy, so I started stuffing that stuff down, and it affects me and my mom to this day that I've pushed that stuff down so far and for so long. That being my true self um, to myself, just being your true self to yourself is important, but you can't be yourself to everybody else if you're not already doing it to yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. Yeah.
That makes total sense to me.
Yeah.
Does your mom know about you?
No.
Do you have any plans
No.
of telling her?
No, I don't have any plans of it, but and it's
You know what I'm going to ask you next.
oh, I know. Yeah.
What's stopping you?
What's stopping me? Probably the shame of that have felt all those years, um, hiding it to begin with. I'm still working on making sure I'm not ashamed of myself now. Because
Mm-hmm.
if there was none, I would be out to everybody. I wouldn't give a shit. But there's still some fear of ridicule that's unfounded. Um, but there's still the fear there, and I'm working through that, and it felt so freaking good to come out to Stephanie that's like I just wanted to like get on Facebook and tell everybody at work and just like this is me, fuckers, deal with it, and I wanted to be
It's very
so bad.
it's it's so freeing, right?
Yeah, yeah, like
It's like a huge it's like you're carrying around boulders, but you don't have your shoulder boulder
yeah, yeah. It's
holders.
like without
Um,
something like
it's a broad joke,
yeah,
and you're in Colorado Boulder.
yeah,
Um,
over the shoulder,
uh,
over the mountain boulder holder. Yeah.
uh, sorry, my ex-wife was from Colorado.
Okay.
I'm gonna say it completely wrong. Maybe I think it's Arvada, but I always say Arvada.
Or
It's
Vada.
Texas.
Yeah, tomato.
She would always get mad at me, but I was from Brazos County, and she would always say it's Brazos.
Brazos.
But yeah, it's like a huge huge weight off your shoulders. Just like let that stuff out.
Yeah. Is
It's
it
very
like
freeing.
so? Is it like that for you when you tell somebody new?
It is.
Is it
Yeah, it is. I've told just in the last 2 weeks. I've told a couple coworkers.
nice?
The first one went really well. I think I talked about it the last time with Giselle, but it went really well. Dude's super supportive. Um, he's the kind of person that's always like, yeah, brother, hey, just does a lot of gendered male talk or whatever.
Yeah. He's the one
Which
who was in the military.
yeah, and it's all in good, coming from a good place or whatever.
Yeah.
He sent me a text the other day. He's like something something sister. Is that too? He said, "Is that too much?"
How
That's
cute.
awesome. I love it.
I'm like,
It
"No, it's
feels good
good."
though, right?
And then it does. And then today at work was just really really rough. My work sucks, but I didn't plan on this. But I came out to one of the salespeople at work, in his church, and it went okay. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
It's still new.
Yeah.
It's one of those very are you sure you're making the right decision kind of thing. It's like, yeah, I've been thinking about this for 30 plus years.
Yeah. Yeah. I just thought I'd let you know. Yeah. Well,
I'm just
and
like,
it's kind of a letdown
I'm
too.
having a, yeah, it's like I'm having a mental breakdown and probably hormonal and mood swings or whatever, because that's the thing that I deal with now. And this is why.
Yeah.
It's not because I'm trying to be an asshole. Just this is what's happening.
Yeah.
These are things that I deal with. These are my struggles.
Yeah.
And it started off as you have all that noise in your head, and I'm like, yeah, I know. I've had this noise in my head since I was like 4 or 5, and I was just really just beating around the bush. It's not. That's usually what I do at work or wherever when I'm not out. I just beat around the bush, or just I give minimal information. I don't know if you do. Do you do this similar thing or same thing?
Yeah, and well, I have found I'm a pretty, um, I don't know, jovial guy. I like to joke, and my whole life has always been at the expense of somebody else. And lately, I've found myself, since I've come out, or since just this year, I've found myself really pulling back from that and not knowing what to do with that. Um, you know, rethinking some things. We have moth. We
Yes.
have a moth.
He's attacking me.
Moth.
You get some mothballs
I
up in
know.
there.
I can't ever see them though; they're so small. The yeah, just like I love to kid around, and it's like in a small rural. Can't even say it, rural area. You know what I mean? Rural area.
Rural.
Yeah.
However you say
Trying to
it.
teach my 7-year-old.
The country.
Yeah.
The country. Or
Yeah.
say the country.
Yeah. Redneckville. There we go.
Was it country with a K, with the cafe with the K, and the restaurant?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yeah. You've been here.
I've been to a few restaurants in my
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Out at the country with the K, cafe with the K,
Yeah.
country cafe.
Yeah. Well, we have a bar in town I'd love to walk into dressed up just to watch people fall over, and, just for the shock factor.
You
It would be
should.
so much fun. But,
You should do it. You should live stream it and then have a podcast exclusive.
oh, that would be so much fun. Yeah. If I didn't get my ass kicked doing it, it'd be probably worth it.
You wouldn't.
Yeah. These very rednecky. Yeah. Where was I going? What was I talking about?
Oh, I was telling my coming out story. And I just asked you if you ever had something similar,
Yeah.
where like you beat around the bush with like,
Yeah.
this weekend I like, for instance, like maybe you went out to your super secret nightclub dance party thing, and you're like, I'm assuming for you it's kind of a big deal, something really exciting, something you want to talk about.
Yeah.
But I'm just guessing, like maybe you go to work and someone's like, "Hey, what'd you do on the weekend?" And you're like, "I went dancing."
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
gave like minimal information.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, didn't do much. Just hung around the house. Yeah. Flat out lie about it. Yeah. And I would just wanted to
Got real
tell
high. No.
got stoned, drunk, and danced with a bunch of guys. It was so much fun. Which is, yeah, no, wanted to, but yeah, I just, no, I see what you're saying, and how that you do pull back.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, so today when I was telling him, or I was just telling him about all my issues before I officially came out, I was like, yeah, I've always had, head noise and blah 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 until I was, since I was like 4 or 5, and eventually I was like, you want to know why? I'll tell you why. And I told him why. I was like, I've always dealt with gender stuff, and then just verbal diarrhea of basically everything from the past like year. I'm sure it was a lot of information to take in. In fact, I know it was, because it is.
yeah, yeah. And they didn't take it so well.
Took it okay. I don't know if you're. Well, I don't know. It was okay.
Yeah,
It was okay. We'll see. We'll see.
see how it goes.
It's only been one day, and then I proceeded to destroy a wall with the scissor lift tire.
Oops.
At his church, so felt bad.
Whoops.
But whatever.
Yeah,
it's fine.
Happens.
It does. My first time.
Yeah.
Never had that happen before. Oh well.
Yeah.
Well, dang. It's getting kind of late, and I probably need to get dinner soon.
Yep.
I loved having you on here.
Thanks for having
us.
us.
Thanks.
Yeah, of course, Marrissa, you're fantastic. Please continue to grow and get out there. Don't be afraid. I know it's scary, but don't be afraid.
Yep.
You have a great support with you, and
yeah, for sure.
Stephanie, if I'd love to have you on here solo sometime, or maybe as a. I would really love to do like a spouse roundtable. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
So if you'd love to join that, that'd be great. And Marissa, if you'd love to join a roundtable or maybe a non Patreon 3-way, I think we're calling them DDTs.
Yeah, DDTs. Yeah,
With Giselle, if you'd like to join one of those, please let me know.
Yeah, absolutely, anytime.
Where can, if you're interested, where can people find you?
You're on Instagram.
Who, me? Oh,
yeah, you.
Me? Yeah. Instagram, Marrissa Kiss. That's MARRISS KISS. God dang, it sounds like Mississippi. Yeah. So Marrissa Kiss.
Do you have a song associated with it?
Yeah. No, I don't. I should.
Should make one up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't tell you about that. We got to tell you. So I never had a name.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah. Tell me about your name.
It kind of just came up after
I asked. I said, "Do you have a name? Do you call yourself anything?" And she's like, "No."
No, I never have. Never thought about it. And so she named me Marrissa. So that's very.
We threw out a couple names and I gave you a choice. I was like, "Do you like this one or this one?" And
yeah.
How does that make you feel?
Very special.
She calls you Marrissa.
Very, very special. Very. I cherish it. I love it. It's just amazing to have that.
That's awesome.
And
that's awesome
to know that she picked it out. She named me that. Like, it's just very special to me.
I love it.
That's great. That's great. I'm so happy for you.
I did ask her. I'm like, "Are you gonna cry?" She's like, "No."
No.
Give
me the tissues.
No, I have to use Q-tips. I don't want to mess up my.
Oh yeah. I don't want to mess up your eye. It's always when you put your eye makeup on, that's when you start crying.
It's weird.
Or at least for me. Yeah. Every time.
Well, it is weird putting crap on your eye. So.
All these things.
Or if you forget you're wearing nails, that's fun.
I always paint my nails at night. And then I fall asleep and then I wake up and there's like hair and prints all over the paint. It looks so terrible.
That's funny.
I love it. There's so much comedy around this cross-dressing, and this is just so much fun. Yeah,
definitely, for sure.
Well, thanks for having me.
Well, thanks again. Yeah, for sure. Thanks for being here. It's great getting to know you. Yeah, both of you.
You too. I feel like I know.
I'd love to have you on. Yeah. Oh, I'd love to have you on. Some other time, and you get some more community participation. I think it'd be great.
Yes. Let's see if I can get my buddies to get on.
You should.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, that's something I always forget to say. It just kind of on the work side of this. If you're listening to the podcast and you enjoy it, make sure you share this with your friends. Yes. Share this with people, because maybe they haven't listened to this, maybe they don't know, maybe they're going through a hard time and they're feeling very lonely and very isolated, and here this is this like great community that's there, and it's free unless you want to join the Patreon or buy some Ko-Fi, as Giselle calls it. Ko-Fi. But I'm gonna say coffee because I think it's coffee.
Yeah, I think it's coffee too. I don't know though. Yeah, it's probably need to get a hold of the founder of that and clarify that.
It's like the GIF thing.
Yeah.
It's like, are you a graphical image that moves, or are you peanut butter?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm gonna enrage the people there. If anyone wants to have a GIF debate with me, come join Giselle and I on the DDT. Shit, that's too funny to me.
Yeah.
All right. I better go.
Okay.
It was nice having you on here.
Thanks for having us.
I hope you have a great night.
You too.
Of course. Bye.